As you merge your hand breaking through the dirt, scraping it aside, the sun hurts your eyes. As you kind of shield your eyes from it, there's vast fields ahead of you. You can see that amongst these fields are uh, freely roaming these four-legged creatures with these big horns on their head. They look delicate, but you have no name for them. You also see small, furry things with long ears running about. They startle you for a second before you realize they mean you no harm. You even see winged creatures flying through the sky, small as they are in large groups. And they
This
sing.
this place, is it like with lust? Is there sort of like a sense of peace that's only like surface level?
There's no sense of peace, I would say. I think immediately you can't put your finger on it, but something about this is odd. You've never seen a place like this. Something about how nice it is unnerves you. Argon seems fine. We should be able to get food here. There's a lot running around. Maybe we can set up a trap, catch one of the rabbits.
Food. Why? And Flint, with the way that they've been traveling and everything, I don't think the thought of food is something that comes to them until Argon says that.
And as Argon says that, um, you can hear your tummy making noises. The first time this has ever happened to you.
Food, yeah. Uh, do you know how to hunt?
Um, Not exactly, but maybe we can set a trap.
Well, that's a start. Yeah. Hmm. And
Looking,
Flint, yeah. Flint kind of tries to look around for anything because they're they don't have much with them, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
You can see like bushes that have kind of wild berries on them. You can see herbs in the ground, kind of sticking out. Um, it wouldn't be enough for a meal, but it could probably lure something
Hmm.
to a trap if you let it. Argon takes some long blades of grass, really long, thick blades of grass, kind of weaving them together for a moment on the ground, very focused.
Well, you're certainly full of surprises. So, how exactly are you planning to capture one of the critters?
So, what we can do is, and he shows you like a basket that he's made. If we put this, kind of lean it open a little bit and put a couple of the berries under, something's bound to come and eat it. And when it does, um, it'll knock this over as he like points to a stick, and we should be able to catch it no problem.
Pretty rudimentary.
We don't really have much in the way of tools, and I don't
Yeah.
suppose I'm getting anything with this as he holds his pickaxe up.
Not unless you're quick about it. Well. Least we can do is try, right?
That seems like a good spot. Then there's like kind of a bit of a clearing with a large boulder that you guys can hide behind.
I think as with everything that Argon explained, Flint also says that more than likely they'll need something to pull the stick that is holding up the box. And they look around for maybe anything that's long and thin that they can sort of tie together into a essentially like a makeshift rope.
Yeah, you're definitely able to find that there are these like thin roots kind of on the ground that are quite sturdy that you'd be able to like tie them together, and they wouldn't be able to do anything like super crazy, but for this like trap, it's simple enough to work.
And as we're waiting by this rock, I think Flint is still looking around this place, still feeling a little bit unnerved.
Yeah, the
And
amount of things that are just like roaming around definitely has like your head turning every second, hearing something crunching through the grass, hearing birds kind of fly over your head, the wind on your face feels cool, and the sun is hot. Feelings that you didn't exactly register before, sounds that you didn't exactly register before.
the part of me that I don't know. Maybe someone's waiting for us to fall under a trap.
How so?
There's a bounty in here. It's all bountiful. And I would say from experience, there's a lot to be wary of.
As you say that, you both are surrounded by flowers, none that you can identify. They're small, some are full of yellow petals, others covered in wisps, a few others that are low to the ground, just kind of growing sporadically. But Argon picks up 2 flowers with those wisps on them. Have you ever seen a dandelion?
Until now.
Well, they say that if you make a wish and then blow all of them off in one go, it'll come true. But you can't say your wish out loud.
Are you saying that I should make a wish?
And he kind of smiles at you. I'll show you. You see him close his eyes for a moment. He is deep in thought. And then when he opens them, he blows on the dandelion as the wisps kind of float off into the air. Now you.
Flint grabs one of the dandelions. And they just stare blankly forward. They don't think of anything. And then they blow it out.
And as you do, as you blow air out, you notice that you also breathe air in. Your chest that was still now moves almost as if you don't have to think about it. You're breathing, Flint.
And this is the first time that this has happened?
Yeah, the first time you've been aware of it.
Do they see Argon breathing? They see the movement, the chest.
And he has been since you've met him.
So he has been. I see, okay. I think Flint wants to try something. It's one of their powers. What they took from Zane.
Mm-hmm.
Druidcraft. The ability to manipulate illusions, sense, and smells. But they don't want to create so much as destroy. They want to manipulate what is around them. Maybe just a small area at a certain distance. To see if they're able to break through anything that's here. And if not, then maybe soothe their mind.
As you channeled that power.
Yeah, I want to wield the power.
Yeah. Have you done this specific thing before?
No.
All right.
No.
Are you desperate for this to work?
No, actually. I don't think they're desperate. It's more so like they're trying it out. Like, kind of like when you're dipping your toe into water.
Mm-hmm. And you are not close to you, the shrine layer or domain of the god you took this power from.
No.
So go ahead and roll me 2d6.
It's a 9.
A 9. As you channel this power, as you wield this power, the ground around you both starts to wither. The plants curl up and dry. Their leaves stiffen and fall. They become crunchy and less bendable. And then you hear a noise and a tug at the string.
See?
There's something in the trap.
Did the trap fall?
You just have to pull it.
Yeah, I think reflexively they pull.
Yeah. And as you do, Argon kind of was looking at like the ground withering at your feet, and immediately kind of tunes into the trap as he hears it fall. Quickly running over and like kind of pressing down on the basket so that the thing moving underneath it can't get out. We've got dinner. Or breakfast? Lunch?
Food.
Food.
Did you see that? See what I mean? There's something off about this place. Yeah.
We'll keep our guard up.
I feel like that's perpetual. Right. We don't have anything more.
But we have each other. And I'm watching your back. And you're watching mine.
Flint is, for a moment, listens to that and doesn't respond. And is grateful that a question wasn't proposed or posed. That Argon has enough trust to answer for them.
He quickly makes a little rudimentary campfire, and cooking setup with tools around. Takes out a flint and steel from his pockets, and as he strikes the stones, the sound is comforting. And as the fire lights, he laughs a little bit to himself. It's stupid. I just for a moment when I was striking the fire, I couldn't help but look at the stone and steel and feel like it was us.
Well, clearly it's not.
No. But
oh, you mean in a abstract sort of way?
yes. I mean, your name is Flint. Mine is Argon. Named after Argent, which is
Deal.
silver.
Silver. Well, that is very interesting, isn't it? Who named you?
My father. He was a miner. And so I also took on the profession as well. It's the only thing I really knew.
Okay. Makes sense.
Sometimes I wish I could go back to how simple that job was.
So you remember your life before all of this? Before Oren's greed?
Vaguely.
But you remember that it was there?
Some things I don't remember, like being young or small, inconsequential things. Even some big things I don't remember. But I remember what I did. I remember that it was monotonous but predictable. And I remember who I learned it from. Almost like my actions have been judged by a person, and I can only see the things that were important to them to determine where my placement in all of this is. I wished for nothing more but to make enough money to earn my family status and wealth.
Money. That's not really important here, Argon.
No. But it was something that was important to me at some time.
And you still remember it. It stays with you.
How it felt to hold gold coins in my hand. How I felt seeing how many I would accumulate. The things I would do to save as much as I could, even if it meant that others were unhappy with my choices. And then suddenly none of it meant anything anymore.
How so?
Warren cared not for money. It held no value because she held a lot of it. And I would say that was an adjustment I was not ready for.
When did it all start to change? When did you start giving things up?
And when You say that he's searching his memory. I think I think, and he's trying his hardest to remember to dig deep within himself. When did he start to frivolously want things? When did he start giving things away? What was he in pursuit of? Almost as if that thing isn't even important to him anymore, and he is frustrated at what he was willing to give up for a thing he now can't even remember.
It's a blessing that you don't remember.
I almost gave in to greed, succumbed to it. But you saved me.
What did I do? All I did was talk to you.
And as you say that, there's clearly something he wishes to say to you. He chokes on the words.
I would like to also be clear in stating that Flint says those words very plainly, but they don't believe them. It is a curse to say. And watching the emotions over Argon's face, it's hard for Flint to make peace with the fact that now they seem to also be hurting this person.
Do you wish to comfort Argon? Not Flint, but you, Angie.
Me, Angie, does want to comfort Argon.
You hear Oren's voice. Then I ask you, Angie, will you violate this curse?
Yeah, fuck it.
Answer one question for me. What shatters beyond repair? What mutates beyond recognition? Or what shifts beyond your reach?
What shatters beyond repair? What mutates beyond recognition? Or what was the last one?
What shifts beyond your reach?
Is this an answer that has to be given now? can the effect come into place when I or Flint least expects it?
Because you do answer one, and I answer the other.
Yeah. I think I don't want to answer first.
Okay. Then I shall
And
take the reins.
also, I want to make sure, because I can't seem to find that language, and I don't want to forget it.
For
So,
the violated curse, it's
yeah,
in the bottom of the crucible moves.
bottom of the crucible moves. Got it. Oh, there it is. Yes, it is a crucible move. Damn. So, what shatters beyond repair, what mutates beyond recognition, what shifts beyond your reach. I want you to take the reins on this.
When you wish to speak, breaking the curse, what is the first truth you say?
The first truth that Flint speaks. And you're asking this of Flint?
Mm-hmm.
The first truth that Flint speaks is I'm trying to remember what it was that Argon had said before this conversation started.
He said, "You saved me."
I think the first truth that Flint speaks is if you let me, I think I want to continue doing so. If you are to be my steel and I your flint, I have to keep you close.
And as you say that, Argon leans forward into you, your faces inches from each other. Do you mean that? And as you say that, Argon grabs the back of your head, pressing your lips into his. He kisses you deeply. And as he does, you feel the flame inside of you grow. That pink hue. When you open your eyes, you can feel a heat from Argon as you see flames lick up the side of his face over half of his body, but he does not scream in pain. He continues holding onto you tight.
Stop.
You have shattered Argon's faith in any other god beyond repair. He is devoted and bears the mark of Flint. I'm sorry.
You don't have to be.
Then good. I'm not.
I've There's a sense of guilt, but that dissipates as Flint grabs Argon once again, looks into his eyes, so this is what they meant. Purification. Refinement. You are made so beautiful. You are perfect. Flint kisses Argon once again, deeply. And what shifts beyond the reach is their sense of humanity. In this moment, Flint knows it's there. Flint knows there is a task that they are unwilling to let go of. Finding their mother. But part of the lie now is that they will continue forward with this, not laissez-faire, but this mask of nonchalance when they have seen with their own eyes what purification does and what they are capable of doing. They've taken a soul and made it theirs and in their image. And in that moment, Flint sees Argon as something that belongs to them.
And even as you look into Argon's eyes, that pink, passionate flame is reflected.
And what more do you seek? What more can I give you?
If I may so selfishly request, I wish to kneel at your altar and consume the fruit you bear.
Then I'll do the same. We are hungry after all.
Argon will take you in his arms. He is very gentle with you. He kisses your neck and your collarbones as if he is saying a prayer for each one. As the embers of the fire burn brighter, and you two are lost in the evening.
A proper feast.
A proper feast. You are woken up by the sound of the clouds thundering. Not harshly, but in the distance. You can feel little droplets on your face, and as they touch your skin, they sizzle. It doesn't burn, but it is almost as if you are evaporating the water as it touches you.
So it's myself, not the water itself.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think Flint wakes up at the feeling of that and looks over to Argon.
And Argon is cleaning up your camp.
You didn't wake me.
I didn't wish to disturb you.
Well, not very fair to have you do all the work.
It's my pleasure.
Flint laughs and just says, "Yes, it is." Several times over. We should maybe head in that direction. Something about the clouds. Don't know if we should be going away or towards them. Can I feel something out about the storm?
Yeah, I would definitely let you feel something out about the storm.
Yeah. I know the space they're in, I would say what feels welcoming on the surface. Everything about this place has already been unnerving, but they've spent a night fairly safe for how little interaction there is here of other souls or mortals.
Mm-hmm.
And so they feel very comfortable right now. And as they see the storm in the distance, they're trying to parse out if this is something that they need to chase after or they need to go in a different direction.
Something about the storm feels like it is pushing you towards something. That if you were to go in the opposite way of the way that it is rolling in, you would happen upon what you are looking for. The ominous feeling that this storm knows. If not you, then something.
Being herded.
And he looks around, and you do see the animals going the other way of the storm. I suppose we move with the herd then.
Suppose. Let's finish up here and see if we can make our way over. Wherever it is that they're going. Follow the food, one would say.
As you both gather your things and head in the opposite direction of the sword, you can see that there is a mountain that seems to have been split in half. The animals kind of funneling into this valley between the rocks.
There. It's a bottleneck.
I suppose once we go in, it'll be quite hard to turn around.
Exactly. Lining their soldiers one by one.
You're not scared, are you?
Scared? Not that I'm scared. It's that I know a trap when I see one. We built one yesterday.
Except we know it's a trap.
Ah, well, whether we know it's a trap or not, I think at this point is inconsequential. Because if we go into it knowing that it's a trap, then what does that make us? Willing lambs for the slaughter?
Or a wolf in sheep's clothing.
Flint narrows her eyes and smiles. Do I still feel cursed?
Not at all. You're freed.
Flint reaches a hand up to Argon's burnt, scarred face. I chose well. And then walks forward.
And he smiles at that comment. He is acknowledged by you. You both walk into the space between the rocks and realize that these mountains are hollowed out. You see that in this herding of the animals is an intricate system. You can see housed within the walls of this mountain is almost a cavern built vertically. When you look up, you see tables full of food and wine and mead. You see platforms and platforms, levels and floors of people eating their fill, drinking their fill, laughing gregariously, others excited and cheering, seeing the animals come further into the valley. Hunters setting up their snares to catch the animals that walk through, and upon seeing you and Argon, go, "Oh, well, hello, travelers. I see you've caught us at a great time."
Yes. Is there space at your table for a couple more guests?
Oh, there's always space at a table here, friend.
Well, there's a lot of tables to choose from.
Sit anywhere you like. We have wine, mead, bread, meat, and soon venison.
Interesting. What is your name?
I am Lance. I guess you could say am the proprietor of this establishment. I am a devotee of Eros, and he has blessed me with not only good business, but good harvest.
And explain to me again, Cyrus, how this is all set up. So between we've walked through the uh the towering mountain that's split through the middle.
Yeah, and within the split, the mountains are hollowed out, and they're
Mm-hmm.
just like kind of walls of this tavern built like upwards, where these platforms only have like a railing
Mm-hmm.
like separating them, and there are stairs going up, and on the bottom, on the most bottom level where you all are is kind of where the hunters and the kitchen is set up. You can
Yeah.
see that there are like kind of um magma like uh stoves where the stone is constantly hot,
Mm-hmm.
and so it makes for easy cooking where as soon as the meat is prepared, it is kind of thrown up, and then on this um like chain platform, as they're like pulling this pulley system that essentially once this entire platform is filled out, they just kind of bring it throughout the floors, and people grab what they want off of it. um you can see others kind of who look quite tired, stomping fruits for wine. You can see others um, just kind of uh, filling endless bottles of juices and meads, and wines. They've kind of have a system down here.
Mm-hmm. And all of the so this is all happening at either side of us, and then all of the animals are just being sort of slowly moved forward. Where is it that they're going? Is there an exit to this mountain? Is there a light at the end that shows further out into another side of a valley?
Yeah, there is a light that shows out into another side of the valley, but the animals are not going there, but rather once people have had their fill, they go that way to exit.
So the animals are not exiting, only people are.
Hmm.
And I'm assuming the animals are being redirected to different. Okay. Lance, where would you say the best seat in the house is?
Hmm. I would say definitely on one of the middle floors. The first one is
Okay.
always quite barbaric, but usually once we get to some of the middle floors, some of our more refined guests with a little more
Oh.
decorum.
Oh. You say barbaric like it's a bad thing.
Well, hunger is appreciated in the land of gluttony.
Well, I've been called barbaric before.
Oh, I meant no offense.
No, but it seems when you're down here, you're not at the best seat in the house. So there's a distinct difference, isn't there, Lance?
He tilts his head. I fear I may have said something off color.
Different perspective.
Well, I guess when you were at the bottom, it is easy to see how well the people above you have it.
And is there a way to keep going up?
Yeah, there's like a staircase. No
Yeah.
one's like blocked from going up any higher.
Mm-hmm. Why do you choose to stay down here?
I am quite well fed on serving my god.
And your god is?
Eros. It is because of him. Um, and when he says him, he gestures to um the cloud, he gestures to the animals, he gestures to everything that is built right here. That I am able to give people the gift of fulfillment.
So it's a really hefty responsibility.
It is one I take pride in.
Oh, I know what that feels like. Well, great to meet you, Lance. I think me and mine are interested in continuing our journey up.
Very well then. Pick any seat in the house.
And Flint looks over to Argon knowingly because whatever seat, wherever it might be, I think Flint is now focused on finding who this Eros is, knowing that they have the key.
Yeah, and as you look back to Argon, Argon's eyes are glued on the other side of that valley.
Are you all right?
I just find it odd. Why would
Well,
people wish to leave if they have everything they need here? Where do they go? What is on the other side?
what do you
The
think it is?
animals surely don't leave. Perhaps, perhaps whatever is there. That's that's where we need to go. I think if we stay here, we are consuming the berries under the basket.
I see. Argon. You stole something from me.
And when you say that, his eyes grow wide and worried.
Nothing bad. Get ready, I'm about to compliment you. I think you took a little bit of my common sense. I was ready to keep going up.
It is like I said before. I have your back.
Hmm. Well then, Not up, forwards instead.
And he nods his head. And even as you look up, you can see that some people, definitely on the lower levels, are giving that sense of excitement. But the higher up it is, the more a sense of dread fills you.
Hmm. I'm gonna use a power again. I'm gonna use Druid Craft once more. This time, Flint is going to create sort of copies of both themselves and Argon that go up, while the two of them continue forward towards the break in the mountain.
Yeah. Um, so when you wield the power, you have not done this specific act before. Are you desperate for
No.
this to work?
Yes.
All
I
right,
would
go
say
ahead and mark a strain.
yes.
And how are you desperate for this to work? I wonder Clint's thought process.
I think understanding and sensing Argon's hesitation, and after the night that they had, there has been a renewed sense of trust in someone other than themselves. And because of that, because of the fact that Flint truly now believes in the power that they have to make something perfect, they want to make sure to honor and protect Argon from what it is that is disturbing his peace. And it doesn't seem like people are supposed to walk through,
Hmm.
at least not in the direction that we're going, the
Yeah,
way that we're doing it. Um, and so the illusion is a a plea for their powers to distract everyone around them into not focusing on the fact that there's these two strangers breaking protocol.
yeah. And when you channel that, you feel that power, that lust within you surging. And you are also far from the god that you took the power from. So you just get a +1 for this roll. Go ahead and give me
Okay.
your 2d6.
Thank God for that +1. It's a 7. That would have been bad.
You craft two very identical versions of you and Argon. These aren't real, and you both know that. But Lance speaks to them as if you two aren't even standing right next to him as he leads you both up the stairs. Argon, watching, impressed with your power.
Let's go.
Right away.
And Flint will walk forward. As they walk, it's sort of following the animals. And at the point that they start breaking off to either side of this mountain, Argon and Flint walk straight through the middle of that.
Yeah. And there are others who walk beside you, full and happy from their feast, carrying their bottles out with them, carrying plates of food, bread loaves in their hands and tucked under their arms, eating and laughing and celebrating. As you emerge on the other side of these broken mountains, you see something that makes you stop, but the others don't. You see a grave of bones. You see them completely devoured, others being here long enough that the bone is breaking down. But no one else seems to stop. Ahead of this field of bones, you can see what sits in the middle, a large table with no chairs to it, but a feast on the center. As you see the others rush towards the table, climbing on top, digging their hands into this food, into these plates, snatching things from each other, borderline fighting over this food now. Although they are full, they still want more. They still wish to consume. And as they are all on this table, you are watching this go down. You get an uneasy feeling as looking up, you see this statue that hangs above the table of a man-faced griffin. And as the eyes stay closed, on the chest of this statue, a mouth opens up. It springs to life. It pounces down on the table on top of the people who were eating this food. And you watch as they are torn apart by this monster. And as you see this heinous act, you see once again as it climbs back upon the pedestal, the table empty, as it licks its chops and proceeds to spit out bones. Lambs to the slaughter.
Hmm. Let's. Hmm. I'm confounded by this one.
It seems almost as if there's no thought.
Yeah.
Just,
Instinct.
yeah. Is this truly who people have been worshipping? Gods like the ones I've seen. It makes me angry. How could how could something commit so much evil against people who have devoted nothing but their entire lives to it? How could someone take advantage of how much they are loved by those who know nothing of the evil they lay upon them?
I think when one is provided with everything they need in their life, all the necessities, it's easy to get comfortable and it's easy to be grateful.
And as you both stand on the edge of this domain, you see as what can only be described as cherubs dress the table again, awaiting for the next unfortunate souls to happen upon the feast.
Argon,
Yes,
I'm going to ask something of you that I hope you may forgive me for.
I'm willing to hear you.
Lift your pickaxe and don't let anyone come to the dinner table.
And when you say that, you can see him look at you. His mouth almost opens to say something. And instead, he clenches his teeth, holding back a pain. As you can see, small flames dance more across his face, now burning at the tips of his hairline, as he just says, "Of course."
And is kinder than whatever that is. So hold the line for me.
He unhooked his pickaxe from his pants, and he looks back at you one more time, nodding his head as you begin to hear the swinging of that pickaxe, the same as when you both first met.
And Flint, what Flint wants to make sure is that Argon stops people from moving forward.
Yeah, and that's what he's doing.
So those that come any closer, Flint wants him to reason. But if they cannot be reasoned with, then they have to be stopped. Because that is a kinder end than the terror that they would face upon Eros's reawakening. And
And
so Flint will turn to the table and walk directly towards it.
yeah, and as you walk towards the table, you can hear Argon's voice shaking and cracking, begging people to stop, begging people to not walk forward, begging people to reconsider, begging people to turn around, followed by a slash and a crack. As you approach the table, that statue, eyes closed, sits. Now that you know what it is, you can see it breathing as well. It does not fool you.
Is the table set with food once again?
Hmm.
So everything is set for the feast.
Hmm. But no one is able to get to it.
Yeah.
Not since you have Argon guarding the door.
What Flint does is make their way to their table, and when they get to the edge, they climb up their bare feet on this white cloth, leaving dirt on it, blood from the previous level. On their path forward, getting closer to this statue, they're going to casually reach down and grab an apple, holding it in their hands, tossing it up and down.
As you do, you see the statue's mouth open, almost waiting for something to happen.
Flint is going to act impulsively
Yeah.
and throw the apple into his mouth.
I love that. Yeah. So, you see the advantage to throw the apple into its mouth?
Yes, I that is what I sees. There's something about the way that this entity was looking at Flint, almost waiting to see what they would do. And there is this belief in Flint that says, this motherfucker wants me to eat this. I'm gonna feed him a taste of his own medicine.
Yeah.
Even if it's just the apple.
And while you are throwing the apple into its mouth, it reacts quickly. Its reflexes are sharp, and as it opens its mouth to bite the apple in the air, you also see that it is extending forward. You catch your arm in it as well.
Yeah. Does my arm get bit by this thing?
It does. Your arm is in its mouth currently, its teeth biting down. It is tasting your blood right now as it fills its jowls. The kind of face on top of the statue, its eyes finally open, and they are haunting.
Flint is groaning and feeling the way that their arm is being feasted upon. And they look at those eyes. Are you going to speak now? or keep binging.
As it tries to speak to you, you cannot understand its words. There is something primal about this. And as the mask cannot speak, the body, that mouth moves on its own, inching further and further up your arm.
You're just an animal, aren't you? No rhyme or reason.
Growls.
And Flint is going to Flint isn't going to suffer anymore of this. There's no reason to communicate with Eros. They see now. And destroying them is going to be a kinder end. Not just for themselves, the creature itself, but everyone who doesn't seem to know that this is just another vicious cycle. And I'm gonna unleash my divinity.
Oh, yes, brother.
Mm-hmm. Flint's arm bursts with fire. Blue and pink and yellow. And as this creature continues to try and eat away at it, Flint is going to tear back their arm as only a bleeding stump comes back. And that piece and morsel that is deep within Eros continues to build in heat. It's the kind of heat when you eat something spicy. It starts at the tip of your tongue and then breathes and blooms throughout this creature's body, affecting them slowly, this crackle of fire. And Flint holds their arm as more of that fire spurts out, cauterizing their stump. And a phantom fiery limb breathes into the world. Flint holding this fiery limb out and then grasping as that same hand from within continues to burst and roast this creature from the inside out.
And as that happens, that stoned face that sits atop of this griffin-like creature begins to scream, not like a beast, but like a man. A man in agony. He is begging for the fire to stop. He's begging for the pain to stop, but the body continues to move, almost wanting more of you. That arm now becoming a permanent part of you, a mark of your divinity.
And the moment that they hear the man screaming, the voice, not the creature, there is hesitation. And Flint unclenches, but this is an unstable power, and they can't control that. Same way as how everyone in this place cannot control their end.
As that burning continues inside, the beast begins to writhe and flail. It smashes its body against anything it can, the head still screaming, asking, begging for an end. And as it does, the creature flings its neck into the base of the statue. You see the stone that it is made of cracking along the neck. You hear the screams of the man breaking as the statue's head falls clean off and rolls to your feet. The man's face frozen in horror. But the beast still remains, now unchained from the thing it stole its life from. It is truly feral. Will you spare this creature, or will you kill it?
Flint is going to kill a god. And as they do, they scream, their voice reaching out to the far ends of this place and matching Argon in his own despair. Because none of this is fair. They're going to drive their piece of pride between the head of this creature.
Roll me 2d6.
It's an 8.
As you confront this thing in its true form, now that you have cut the head, it is truly the embodiment of gluttony as it threatens to devour anything, no longer waiting for a ritual, but should it leave, should it escape, should it run into those mountains, should it run out of that mountain, everything in this realm will be consumed, and you cannot let that happen. As you drive your piece of pride, cracking the stone and the flesh and the bone and the meat that this creature is made out of. It takes something from you. What part of yourself do you lose?
Flint loses mercy. From here on out, they will only kill.
And as you drive your piece of pride farther in, you see this as a necessity. If every god will be as cruel and as ugly as this, maybe their seats deserve to be empty. It even crosses your mind for a moment whether you should return back and finish off Magnus, how you would be doing them a favor. You stab into this creature repeatedly until there's nothing left but bits of meat unrecognizable from the food on the table. as your screams drown out all other noise. The only thing that stops you, the only thing that is able to end this frenzy, is the feeling of Argon wrapping his body around you. It's over.
It's done.
And as you both sit there, you cannot help but notice the blood on the both of your hands.
Flint swipes at their face, the streak of red over their mouth, looking like a wild animal that has just been sated. They look at Argon, who holds the last piece of that Flint gave up. And holds him.
You both sit there for a time. It's impossible to know how much has passed. The silence of both of you just breathing. But you have to move. You need to move.
We have to go.
Yes. Those storm clouds finally above you. The rain coming down, hitting your face. The water beneath the both of you, red and stained.
As they move forward, Flint looks to Argon at his own devotee and has this sudden image thinking to themselves, could he do it? Could he strike me down if necessary? And then they look back, and in this place of instinct and primal thought, and this place of cyclical violence, I would say that the stop. I would say that there's this image of Flint watching as the people who were not slain who are no longer needing to be held back because we have cleared the threshold and are leaving. But Flint looks back and sees as some of these people begin to eat the rock. And then continue. There's no stop. And Flint turns away. Because there's no sense in being merciful to people who are simply going to act upon their nature.
There's a bitter taste in your mouth. But you continue forward, climbing up a tall mountain, awaiting whatever hell greets you on the other side. And that is where we end.